What is happening, people of the YouTube? We are back. A little bit of a different video, to be fair. We have got a little day in the life coming in. Today is Sunday. Sunday is a rest day, although I do train arms on a Sunday. Just taking you through everything I do and my Sunday rest day, I'll say. Taking you through everything that I do on my Sunday rest day, although I do train arms. Obviously, as you can see, we got through our, I was about to say Sunday posing rounds in the morning. So that is 18 minutes of straight posing, which again is hard, but come time where I step on stage, we obviously don't want like posing stamina to be an issue. So yeah, we've got 18 minutes of straight posing. That is 3 rounds, 10-second holds on each pose, apart from front relax, which is a 3-minute hold, which, as you can imagine, is not the easiest thing in the world. But much like anything within this game, you just lean into the pain, and you do see the benefit from it. So yeah, I'll throw up some pictures wherever there is space around about here of this morning's shots from my phone's point of view. Pretty happy with where things are going, especially this is my 48th week, just about wrapped up my 48th week of gaining, and yeah, things have went pretty fucking good. Because at the start, when I first signed up with Josh, it was like a case of I wasn't too sure whether we weren't too sure whether I was going to be a competitive teen. Realistically, you don't know unless you actually step on the stage. But judging off of other standards and stuff like that, we've made like a lot of fucking progress, and it's pretty good. It's pretty cool to look back on. I definitely will make a reel on it when the gaining phase is wrapped up, so it'll be like 358 days in a gaining phase, just 1 week short of a year, which is pretty fucking mad. And it has been, not to sound too soppy or anything, it has been pretty life changing, to be fair. Definitely solidified what I want in life, and more so from this sport. So yeah, it's been very productive, looking back on the photos and stuff like that, as I say. But we're going to crack on. I'm going to head to JP's, saying 14-minute drive, pretty standard. We'll be there in probably 10 minutes. But yeah, I will see you at JP's. Going to go through arms, not going to get everything filmed, just sort of taking you through the day. I will go through some sets, some stuff about arm training, some posing at the end, and then yeah, I will speak to you guys soon. So we are just about that halfway mark through our arm day. This is one of the sessions that does it. I say one of the sessions. This is the only session that takes about 45 minutes to get through. Just 2 sets of 5 different movements for arms, no doubts, just straight arms. But obviously, something that I want to talk about is the fact that you see a lot of people, a lot of the physiques is, most of the time it's lacking arms, or realistically you can't really have too much arms unless you're that Cam's lean guy. Yeah, his arms are fucking stupid. But anyway, realistically, like, a lot of the time it is like, on people's physiques, it is like a case of lacking arms, and I think a main reason for that is it's like how you perceive it mentally. From like it's always just like pushing arms, like you do your pushing and your triceps are whacked at the end, or you pull, biceps are whacked at the end, upper, and then biceps, triceps whacked at the end. When realistically, I think there is obviously a rationale to place it beforehand, if it's not going to take away from your training, which I don't find that it does. Obviously, again, person, situation, volume dependent, but I do think for definitely like biceps and triceps, and as far as push and pull is concerned, putting biceps to start a push, triceps to start a pull, it's really not going to take away from the rest of your session, and I don't find it has too much of a knock-on effect on the next day. And even if it does, you can obviously alternate volume from there, to obviously make sure that things do run in the right direction as far as like progressing pushing movements. Obviously the day after triceps, if you have pull first with triceps and then push the next day, or vice versa with biceps and pull. But yeah, as I say, people, I think they see it as a sort of side body part almost, where it's just like you have your main ones and then you have just arms, and it's just like whacked on the side, and it's not like the meat. If you like, the meat is obviously your chest and your back, but they see they don't see that as part of the meat. They see that as just, it's just like, as I say, it's on the side. It's like a wee tiny bowl of chips. But yeah, almost done arms now. Got to go through a round of posing as well. In the posing room afterwards, I just like doing rounds of posing after every single session, apart from Monday legs at the moment. But yeah, things are obviously progressing well. Ready to obviously wrap up the gaining phase, which is obviously quite fucking exciting, as I was talking about, the journey that we've been on, both myself and Josh, and the place that I now find myself in realistically with like a friend group and stuff like that, with obviously being close with like Brandon, Leo, Josh, being like my close mates. It's definitely like this year as a whole, this past year, since honestly when I signed up with Josh, obviously starting as a coach, obviously still my coach, but growing more into that sort of like good friend sort of role, if you like. Obviously still respecting him when it comes to like him just telling me what to do and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just going to wrap up arms. I'm not going to video anything from arms because realistically arms is boring to watch. Not boring to train, you shouldn't look at it like that. Not going to video anything though. Just going to get in, do some posing. We'll obviously get that recorded, and I've got a very long, what I presume is going to be a very long phone call with my insurance. So yeah, that should be fun. But yeah, I will catch up with you when we are in the posing room. What's happening? We have just wrapped up arms in here for some posing. I have forgotten the Bluetooth clicker though for my phone, which is kind of annoying. Left that in the house after today's rounds. So yeah, obviously as I said, wrapped up arms. Let's get cracking on with obviously going through some shots. But a thing like I was just thinking about like is when obviously when I was saying like just starting up with Josh, like we sort of thought we were like yeah prep maybe, but never again. I didn't really think that it was going to happen realistically. And the only thing I think that has made it happen was learning to shut the fuck up from like that sort of feeling standpoint. So like the almost self-doubt, I'm going to try but I don't really think I'm going to be able to do this, and sort of switching that to being like just fucking relentless with everything that you do, and I think that's what's put me in a good place to obviously be able to prep. It's at the start of next year, 2026, to be a teen in 2026, which was always the goal. But again, it was a little bit more of an unrealistic goal at the start, and it's now it's really happening. And it's a little bit surreal, to be honest. I kind of get emotional when thinking about it and talking about it, to be honest, because I've gave my all to this gaining phase in bodybuilding as a whole for the past year, for the past 48 weeks. And again, this is just, as Brandon will always talk about as well, this is just my introduction to this. This is just me starting within this sport, and I think I know what I want from this sport as a whole, and I know that I want my place to be in this for a long time. But yeah, I feel like, as I say, when I look back on it and I think like, yeah, you're prepping next year, and I've obviously watched Brandon prep this year, and I almost think like that this isn't real, this isn't happening, like to me anyway. But it's kind of fucking, it's weird. It's also a bit weird speaking about it, but again, as I say, it's pretty fucking surreal to just know that that's going to be happening to me next year. So yeah, less of the emotional bollocks chat, more posing. Let's get it. So that's us now wrapped up. A little bit of posing. I always do feel I look better in natural lighting because of how pale my skin is. But yeah, it'd be good if I could get a pair of shoes on. But yeah, I'm happy with what I've seen there. But as I say, I do prefer natural lighting. I think it's more honest as well. I think here's good. Don't get me wrong, but I think just how pale I am and how soft I'm getting as well doesn't really do my physique much justice at all. So yeah, that is all for the arm session. I will speak to you later on when we are having meal 2, which will be post workout. We're back in the house after a long not a consultation, I'll keep that in actually, not a consultation call with the insurance. They sadly did not hit the Go Cardless link after the insurance call. A long, just stressful call. Like, if anyone on here, like, I know a lot of you drive and stuff like that, you'll know about insurance calls. But anyway, we have done today's meal prep. Let's show you what we're having now. We are having creamy chicken pasta as meal 2, which is post-workout. Fats in post-workout, oh my god, I'm gonna die. No, you're not. I have been having this as a meal 2 on a Sunday rest day after arms for quite a while, and I'm not dead yet, so yeah, pretty decent. So here we have it, the famous creamy chicken pasta. I'm not sure if you can hear the noise that this thing is making, but it's absolutely sensational. Definitely a meal that I do look forward to, and it's something I kind of want to talk about actually with regard to looking forward. I'm going to shut the blinds a little bit. With regard to looking forward to meals within a gaining phase, I'm going to go against the grain a little bit here. I don't necessarily think you have to enjoy each and every single one of your meals, but again, that's quite a definitive statement, and again, it's going to be completely individualised from obviously person to person. Like for me myself, I like to have one meal a day where I'm like, yeah, I really want to fucking eat that, and that's enough for me. I think I put things like ease of cooking, ease of prep, and just easy to store ahead of how well my food actually tastes, which again might not be the case for other people. Other people might want it to taste really good and they might want to enjoy their meals, whereas for me personally, I'm not too bothered about enjoying each and every single one of my meals. I've had meals in for now 48 weeks that I don't particularly, it's not that I hate them, it's just that I don't really look forward to having them. As much as say this meal, but again, a lot of things, you need to weigh up things in terms of like ease of use, ease of prep and all that sort of stuff, as I was saying. But yeah, I don't think you have to enjoy every single one of your meals. So that's just my personal opinion. Again, you don't have to agree, it's just my point on it. But yeah, all meal prep is now done for the day. Staying within a routine and on my rest day. I think it's important to stay in a routine realistically for rest days. A lot of people would just think, oh, well, I'm not training, so things can be a little bit more laid back. Yes, obviously it is a rest day realistically, but I still think that you should, and like I still encourage people and I still encourage clients, etc., to have some sort of structure, like a good decent structure within your rest days, stuff that you want to get done. And I do think you should fill it up with a lot of stuff. So me myself, obviously, like I do my meal prep and all that, that's non-negotiable every single day. But I like to do things like go shopping, like food shop for the week. Today I'll be shopping for like holiday, which is coming around next week, which will be followed with a deload as well, pretty nice. I like to set things to do, especially on like a rest day, as I say, where you might have that more sort of free time, if you like, sort of fill that up with productive stuff, of course. And then obviously like when it does come to like wind down and stuff like that, like enjoy sitting with your feet up, watching a bit of Netflix or whatever it is you want to do. Again, this is not me just saying completely run yourself into the ground, make yourself an absolute busy cunt on a rest day just because you need to look like you want it more. It's just a case of be productive, make a good use of your time, and yeah, obviously don't forget to put your feet up and watch a bit of Netflix as well. But yeah, I'm going to crack on, eat this meal, and I've got a food shop, I've got holiday shopping, all that good stuff to do. I will most likely see you for meal 3. So here we have it, last meal of the day, accompanied with the best dark chocolate there is, by the way, clear of Lindt dark chocolate. I do think Lindt dark chocolate is really shadow here. I do think Lindt dark chocolate is pretty overrated, and it's really fucking expensive too. So yeah, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of rice, a little bit of cheese. It's literally just the same as meal 3. This is obviously meal 4. I'm going to flip the camera around actually. Just the same as the previous meal. So let me set the camera up actually. We have got our last meal here in the form of chicken rice, same as the other meal. And yeah, as I said earlier on, just a bit of a case of winding down now. The time's that clock's broken. The time's around about 8:30. Meal timings for today being half 8. First meal 12 hours ago. 8:30. Around about that 11, half 11 mark. Intra when training. Intra just EAs for today, no carb-X. Meal 4:30. Second meal 8:30. Big splash bosh. So yeah, literally a lot of productive un-gym things done today. With the water actually. A lot of productive non-gym related things done today with regards to planning the old holiday. Getting that all sorted out for when that will be Monday. Missing a Monday leg session actually. Quite gutting, but a little bit of time away in Croatia does not hurt anyone. So yeah, literally this was kind of like, I was planning on obviously getting a lot of this film, but no one really wants to see me shopping for fucking suntan lotion and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope what you can take from this is obviously be productive with your rest days, whether that be obviously inside and outside the gym. And just remember it's a rest day, so don't, obviously as I say, don't run yourself into the ground. I am now away to finish this meal. I'm going to get a quick episode of You In. That is the current Netflix watch. That is the off-season watch that will definitely be carried into the pre-prep diet, starting from today, 3 weeks and 1 day, which is pretty fucking exciting. Yeah, You is an absolute it's an absolute banger on Netflix. If you've not watched it, I'd strongly urge you to watch it. Very good character development, so un-gym related. Very good character development. You must think. Yeah, take time to think to myself, like, fuck, the people who write this shit are not right in the head, but it's definitely worth watching. So yeah, that is all for today's video. Again, thank you all for watching, and I will speak to you next time.